back to TC911 Beyond the Call. This is episode 19, and I am your host, Abbey Dudek, the communications coordinator here at Tarrant County 911 District. And today we have two of the newest staff members here at Tarrant County 911 District. We have Chris and Paul. Good morning, guys. How are we doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast. I don't want you to think because you're new, you had to do this. No, all the new, it's initiation. But,
yeah, right.
But that's not going to fly because everybody knows this podcast started January. So, Anyway, thank you so much for being on today. And Chris, we'll start with you. How long have you been here at the district?
Going on 3 months, about 2.5 months now.
Okay. But your background, though, you've actually been a part of us for quite some time. If you want to go into what you
Correct.
did
I did work for AT&T for 24 years, and the last 10 to 12 years of that, it's been supporting under contract the Tarrant County 911 District. So basically, for the past 10, 12 years, I have been exclusively working for the district with under AT&T contract. A job opportunity came up for next generation systems technologist, and it kind of was right up my alley. It was very interesting. I started looking into it, and I thought that was an obvious next step for me in my career move. So sure. I was lucky enough to be able to get on board, and here I am.
Well, awesome. Well, we're so glad to have you. And I know I've always seen you around the district and time to time, usually in the 911 lab and all that. So now you have your own space now.
My own space.
Office.
My space used to be the lab. I would park in the lab for quite a
Now
bit.
Your office used to be my pub ed closet.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Okay, now let me clarify, because that sounds horrible, because I know that someone's listening like, oh my God, they put him in a closet. No. It's a very large room.
Yes.
And I keep a lot of stuff. If you've ever been out in an event, I always have little tchotchkes and trinkets and things like that. And I keep an on-site thing. And I had one of a big room that could easily be made an office. And I said, for this guy, absolutely, I'll give it up. No problem.
Oh, that's sweet.
So, no, we relocated. So I don't want people to think that you're in some tiny cupboard under the stairs, Harry Potter type of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a nice office. They made it into a very nice office.
It really is.
I'm pleased with it for
good.
sure.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you here. So what has you getting, now you've only been here 3 months, but you kind of already have an inside of the job because of next generation 911 and everything.
Yes.
What sort of things are you really excited about as you start taking those first steps to continue your first 6 months or year?
A lot, a ton, really, because the last 12 years working for the district, I guess you could say my job was tunnel vision, really. I had very strict, guidelines to follow and a path, my daily routine, although the tasks vary tremendously, but it's still a pretty strict routine of I knew what needed to be done and how to do it. Not so much anymore. I've been tasked with the role of learning this next generation technology along with the district. So we're all kind of on a learning curve and learning this together and trying to bring the newest technology, the next generation, into play for the district. And so they've really given me a lot of leeway of, hey, there's your office, there's your computer, go learn as much as you can and report back to us. So that's been great.
That's awesome. Well, that's a great way to start a new project. Just educate, do some research, find out what your strategies, tactics, and tools are going to be, and get your game plan going. So that is fantastic. Now, what do you think of well, I mean, I know you've known us all anyway, but now being a part of the actual family, what do you think so far on a daily deal? And actually coming to this side of the hall and using the breaker. I mean, because things change when you're going from contractor to, okay, now I'm actually in here.
Oh, yes.
Now I'm I'm now stuck with these people you're stuck with us forever.
Right.
So it's a great life sentence. Trust me.
No, it is. It is. And that was a big part of it, is just knowing the people that worked here and the family atmosphere. And it is much different. I do feel on the inside now. And so now I can talk bad about the AT&T techs. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. They're just kidding. We love you guys.
So no. But we get along good.
Well, now we told you all our deepest and darkest secrets, so now you can't leave.
Yeah, right.
And deepest and dark secrets, it's, maybe Sherry's cinnamon roll recipe. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's that.
Hey, she made some good jam, really.
Yeah, she did.
Jam?
Yes, she did have some. She made this jam, and if y'all remember,
blueberry, maybe something like that.
Grape.
Grape jalapeno.
Yeah,
that's
grape jalapeno.
it. Yeah,
I did not. I switched mine out. I was like, something about being spicy on my toast in the morning with grape. I wasn't. Yeah, I switched out and I just got the regular grape. But it's all homemade. Like she smashes all her own grapes. I guess. I don't know if she's got one of those. Oh, that's how you make wine. Isn't that how you make wine? You put it in a bucket and you step on it.
Step on it. Yeah,
okay,
right.
Maybe that's not the same concept. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend. Yeah, we'll ask her, see how she does it. But it was really good. I mean, because it's all natural and stuff. So I was like, oh, I can eat this and put this on toast. Maybe it's Sherry's. Our secrets are Sherry's grape recipe and her cinnamon rolls. I don't know if you've been here for a day that she's made her cinnamon rolls.
I haven't. I've heard. I'm still waiting.
It's I will have to say I've never been a big dessert person anyway, so I like the smell of it, but it doesn't pain me that I can't eat it. But I'm like, but it makes the office smell so nice. It's almost like Christmas.
Sure.
Or like Thanksgiving morning, like your family's cooking or whatever. So there's that.
I am a dessert person, so if you ever want to give yours up, you know where to come.
Well, you know that I can't eat it, and so anytime you're like, I got Abby's share, just go ahead and just say it, and just be like, oh, this is Abby's piece.
That's it.
And then you just eat it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Now, Paul, don't be afraid. You can go ahead and start wrestling him for it or something like that. And be like, you know what? No, you had Abby's slice last time, so I'm going to take it this time.
We'll share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, well, great. Well, again, we're glad to have you here. It's nice for you that you're in our family now officially.
Yes.
So I know that we're going to see great things from you, and as you incorporate yourself with your team and put your own footsteps in on this path to Next Gen 911. So
yes, ma'am. Great.
Awesome.
Thank
Great.
you.
All right. Paul. Hi, Paul.
Good morning.
All right, Paul. How long have you been here?
I think just over a month.
Okay. You passed your 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you like us. That's good.
I do.
Because I like to switch it. It's not about, how are you doing? It's no, or how are we doing? Is this okay? Is this good? Are we doing all right? Please let us know. If you have constructive criticism for me, Paul, let me have it. I want to know. So, Paul, what's your job title here at the district?
GIS specialist.
Okay. And so you're down there with those fabulous GIS folks. And what does your tasks include?
Well, this first month I've been kind of helping, doing a little of everything, and so seeing what everyone does really, and they're showing me what their day-to-day tasks are, and I'm kind of just still getting acquainted. I'm working with address points currently right now. They're starting me out with that, but I've helped Gary with his centerline work, and he's shown me his MSAG work, and Lauren has, given me plats and shown me things of what she's entered in, and Chase has shown me his maps, and Philip has shown me his encyclopedic knowledge of 911. So
that's the best description I have heard. That's good. Good job.
Yes,
It's almost like coming to your friend's house and like when you're little and everybody's showing you their room and toys. Mm-hmm. Like, This is what I got. Look what I got. Look at it. Well, that's so awesome. Now, what would you do before you started here at the district? Do you have previous GIS experience?
I was mainly doing co-going for old plats or old surveying plats, and putting that in, digitizing that into GIS system was kind of one of the main tasks. But I kind of did a lot, so I had a lot of different little tasks as well. I would go out and update points of the 911 points on the Trinity trails or something, or the new art.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because you were at
the Water District.
Tarrant Regional Water District, our friends over there.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
Excellent.
So I think that's what when I interviewed here, Philip was like, "Oh, you'll be able to adapt, and we'll show you what we do, and you'll catch on pretty fast if you've done these." So
you are the one when you worked over there. You were responsible for the numbers that went on there and making sure that they were picking up in that location.
Making sure we had them in their system.
Okay, in the 911 system together. That is great.
On the trail maps and things like that. So so I wasn't. I'm completely new to 911 GIS. And,
okay. But it does sound like they kind of almost run a little parallel with each other. That you're okay. It's just a different subject matter.
Yeah.
A little bit more of an emergency kind of situation.
Yes, here.
But that's important too. And for those that are listening that are familiar with the Trinity Trails or any trail system in Tarrant County, and even if you're not even in Tarrant County, check your local parks and trails and things. They will have 911 markers, because I've seen them in different states and also too when you're on a trail system, and it'll say 911 location, and then it'll give like a number. And if you have an emergency on the trail, and I believe they're set every mile, at least they are on a lot of the Trinity Trails, it's like every mile, you can call 911 and then in your emergency, and you can give them that location, and then they'll know on the trail where you're at. So as the weather's warming up and everything, it's important to remember that, maybe take a picture of one when you pass it, and that way you can some sort of close proximity of where you're at, even if you've passed the 911 mile marker or whatnot. But thank you for bringing that up, because we're getting that time of year where it's nice to be outside, and it's not too hot yet, but it's nice to be outside. So what did you think coming into the district office? Like when you saw it, is it kind of what you expected, or did you think it something else? I'm always interested, because Chris, he already knew, because he was with AT&T and contracted through him. But this was your first time. Well, and it's been a while since we have someone that's super new with us that hasn't had any, at least 911 side of things. So what did you expect when you came in here, and what actually did you get, kind of thing?
When I when I first started, or like during the interview?
Like maybe when you were applying and you saw it, and maybe, sometimes when you apply, you start maybe getting a little bit of a thought process of, what does it look like when I walk in there? What's going to be my surroundings? How is this? Is there a bunch of dispatchers around here? Or, is the cops running all over the place? Like, how does this look? What was your perception applying? And then once you finally got in here and got introduced, and you're like, oh, okay.
I had done some research, so I knew that this wasn't the dispatch center, but I knew the training center was here. So I was like, that's probably why the parking lot is full and all these people are over here. But I was excited to just meet the GIS team, I guess, and I felt that, going into it, I was pretty confident reading the job description. Like, I've had experience doing this, so I felt it would be a good fit. And then TC911, or just 911 GIS, is a whole different, field within GIS. And then, during the interview, Philip was talking about, the next gen 911 and how pivotal this is going to be with GIS, as being, we're routing the calls using GIS now, and it would be a very interesting time to be a part of this. So you're learning the old system while we're going into the new system, and I thought that was really exciting for me. So it made me excited to join the team and to be here at this transition. So you're getting both worlds. I'm learning from the MSAG with Gary, and then they're giving me, the next gen guides, pamphlets, binders of things.
Yeah, it's a really monumental time, and then it's perfect timing for you. I mean, it really is, both of you, before we start going in, because you don't want to be like, we're a third in, and then you start and it's like, oh wait, but now going into it and putting your own mark on it, and leaving your own tracks and seeing how you can implement stuff. And you may be able to implement stuff that we're like, oh hey, because we love taking team effort and be like, hey, what can you offer? Hey, that's a great idea, I didn't even think about that. So I know that y'all are going to be educating me as we go along, so that way I understand all of it and the ins and outs, especially with the GIS location part of it. And, the cell towers are kind of like a backup system kind of thing to it. So, I have to change my script when I go out to not say like, oh, they pick up all the cell towers and stuff. Well, not, that's going to be changing. So you'll be a part of your job. It's maybe written in the very fine print, but it says educate Abbey on any sort of things that would be great for public education. I don't know if you missed it, but it was really tiny fine print. And I think it was on yours too, Chris. It's on everybody's. It magically shows up. It does. You have to keep me educated so that I understand it. So there we go. Nothing high tech, just plain language for me, please. So
Yes,
that way I can repeat it. Well, that is great. You guys, thank you so much for coming on and see all the scary stuff that these veterans were telling you about this podcast. Was it bad?
No, not at all.
No, it wasn't bad at all. It was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And welcome to Tarrant County 911 District. You're just going to love it. You're going to love it. I love it. Everyone loves it. It's just a great family. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for listening today. We have a new podcast every Monday, and you can listen to all of your favorite podcast platforms, or you can listen to it on our website at TC911.org. If you have comments, questions, or anything about any of the episodes you have heard, please email me at publiced@tc911.org. And until next time, have a fabulous week.